while I'll always find my way right back to you. That's why I'll always find my way right back to you. Don't need a compass or a chart. I'm drawn to you right from my heart. So no matter where you go or what you do, I'll find my way right back to you.
Hey everybody, welcome to another webisode of Galui's Mood Food. Today we're going to be doing you a brunch. It's the Galui's Big Stack Breakfast. It's got ham in it. We got a beautiful ham steak going here. We got some onions sauteing right now. We're just getting them soft and translucent because they're going to go into the potatoes that we had shredded in the processor. Did them by hand the other day and I got a workout. So I went in the processor today. We got some butter out, we got some cheese to use here, and then we're going to do a little gravy action around the whole plate. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we got going on right now. Again, it's translucent onions. Yeah, there are eggs here somewhere. Oh, here's the eggs. Can't forget those little puppies. But we've had this, didn't want to show you all this, just cooking and heating stuff up that you probably already know. We took a ham steak with the bone in. It's about 1.25 pounds. We added some chicken stock to this lovely, and it's been reducing down now, and it's been cooking for maybe 5 minutes or so on a medium high heat. We turn it down right now. Gonna let that hang out and mingle. Now our onions are a nice tender and translucent, and the reason why we wanted to do them this way is we're going to actually take these out of the pan and we are going to mix them right into the potatoes and then press the potatoes back in to the pan. So I'm going to put these in a little bowl I have right here. Now we're making 2 of these today, these big old stack breakfasts, brunch, whatever you'd like to call it. It's wonderful grub, so. And we're just going to kind of divide that onion in the bowl. Best you can, get it pretty even. Alright, potatoes in the processor. Now, what we're going to do is use the same pan we did the onions. We're going to turn that up. And you want it about a medium high heat as well. This guy, he's just kind of hanging out right here. Again, we did the potatoes in the processor because my hand was just wore out the other day. So if you got a processor, have at it. We used Yukon Gold and we left the skin on. We scrubbed them real good and let skin on. That's our preference. So we did what we did. Now the skillet's heating up. I'm going to put a little bit of butter down in there because we're going to need it. It helps brown the potatoes pretty darn good. And that's just a small pad. It's not even a teaspoon. Not quite. Alright, we're going to take a handful of these out here. Now if you got extra potatoes, just go ahead and fry them up. Same for breakfast the next morning. And we are going to put these in a bowl. Pardon my backside for a moment. Oh, they're beautiful. Alright, we're going to put the onions in. Just half of the onions. Mix them in, mix them around. Let me do a quick little wash. We're going to put some onion powder in these. We ain't done yet. A pretty good liberal amount, even though you got the onion in there. Want that flavor to be able to taste it. You want it to come forward a little bit. We're going to put some pepper in it. Get a couple shakes of that pepper right there. Okay. Now, since we've got kind of a salty thing going on with the ham, and then when we do the gravy around it, it's going to be a little salty as well. You don't want to delete the salt altogether, but you don't want it a big salt lick on a plate. So we're just going to add, do it in your hand, just a little bit of salt per. You can always add at the end if you need to. Can't take it away. So I'm going to get my fork in here and I'm going to mix all this good stuff up together. I don't know if this is going to be enough for Julius for his or not, or if I should add another handful of taters in here. That's doing beautifully. It's on low right now, okay? So now we got this here happening for us on the back burner. We got the butter and the pan. Just give that a good shake around. Your butter starts browning a little bit, like it is. It's a beautiful thing, don't worry. So, hear that sizzle? Yeah. Now what you want to do is you can take your hands without burning yourself. If you think you will, use a spatula or just use the bottom of that bowl that you had right there. Again, watch you don't burn yourself. And now I might need a little tongue action here to get that. Alright. Press that down in. Still looks like it needs to be, so I'm going to get a spatula. A little rubber spatula. Get that pressed down in nicely. I'd say this is the way to go. See, I did a big one the other day. So I used the back end of another skillet, which worked wonderfully. Okay, now we're going to let that hang out. Going to turn the heat down to about medium on that. Get a little wash up here. Alright, we're going to get our next one kind of going and pre-started here. We're going to take a handful of these potatoes out. Put them in our bowl here. And if you are doing these individual like this, I got the oven on right now. I've got it on warm. So when this first one comes out, and we'll show you how to flip it over to get the other side really nice and golden brown on both sides. If you are serving them individual like this, take that and put it in the oven. I'm going to get this next one going here. You're watching Galui's Mood Food. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Galui's Mood Food. Ham's just been hanging out, this beautiful ham steak, waiting for us to do what we got to do with it. And we're going to be showing you the gravy portion in a minute, but the potatoes have been on right now. In a medium skillet, we put a little bit of pat of butter in there to get the potatoes brown. But this has been probably about 5 minutes. So keep an eye on it, which I've checked it maybe like 2-3 times now, just to make sure. Everybody's ranges and temperatures vary. So when you start seeing that little bit of goldenness around the edges, it's ready to flip. But in the meantime, what I had done is I'd taken a cooking spray, and I won't do it to this one, but I hit it on this side with it. Okay? Well, you're not using all that extra butter, but this side needs to get a really nice golden as well. So if you feel comfortable with a plate to flip, or if you want to use another saute pan, your choice. And it's a 1, 2, 3, go, kids. Check that out, isn't that beautiful? Now what we're going to do, since you hit that other side, hear that sizzle? We're going to let this go for about another 3, to 5 minutes as well on this side. Look at that. Oh, it glides around all on its own. And it's still on a medium heat. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do for you is let you know this. Now, once this one's done, that plate that I just had, we're going to transfer this since we're making it for 2 today. As many as you want to make it for, or if you want to do it for a large crowd, do the same thing I'm doing. Make one giant one. Cut that sucker up into 4 to 6 pieces or whatever, and you can work it that way. It's just as good. These are just individual portions. So this is going to go in the oven on warm here in just a minute. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is the ham steak, and look at the broth that has created. And that actually had probably about a cup of stock in it, and it's reduced down that much. So it's very, very concentrated. That's why we're kind of not putting a lot of salt into this whole shebang. I'm just going to tuck that right there. So we're going to get a plate. I'll check this out right here. I'm going to turn that up just a hair. Now you have to keep an eye on it a little bit longer. Yeah, he's doing nicely. Move him around. There we go. So he's up a little over medium heat right now. So we want to get that other one going so we can show you this fine meal finished. So here's our other potatoes waiting to go in. And by the way, I did onion powder these. I put some black pepper on these. Just a tiniest little pinch of salt. And the sauteed onion, okay? The other half that batch. So they're just kind of sitting here hanging out, waiting to go in this beautiful pan. I'm going to take the ham out right now. Hang on. It's going to come out. If it falls apart, don't freak out, because it may. Alright, we got it out in one swoop. There we go. Now, this little guy's going to go in the oven for just a few. He's just going to hang out. And the temp is just warm, but we've had it on warm now since the beginning of this when we got started. So nobody's eating a cold dish and somebody's got a really hot one. We got this beautiful stuff. Well, some things you don't want in there. It's ham stuff. Okay. I'm going to run back to this here real quick. Give it a quick eyeball. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, we're going to take this now and we're going to put it on a plate and pop it in the oven with that hammed warm. And we're going to get our second there's the plates. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry for my backside. But we are going to pop this on the plate. Just like that. Look at that. Both sides of this beautiful golden color. Now again, we're only on warm. We're not recooking this. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. I got the heat still happening over here. Instead of the cooking spray, I'm going to go back in. Yep. I can cheat and use the back side of my fork as a butter knife here. Alright, just a little pat of butter. Get that moving around. And again, you want your heat turned up on this. Swirl that butter around. Starts browning a little bit, and you know it's time to put those potatoes in and push them on down. So you're going to hear the sizzle again. we go. Oh, this looks like a bigger batch. I think this is the one that Julius will have. Now you pat them down real good. And you do want that firm press down on them. Get them cooking. It gets the starches, hold them together. And tuck your little edges in all pretty and everything, like that. And again, it's roughly 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your temp. But we got it set at a medium to medium high right now. And you'll start to notice the edges browning a little bit. And if you're uncertain, just take your spatula and just do a little peek underneath and you'll know. You'll get the feel of it. Okay, this has been on low. What we're going to do, what I've done, is now I've taken, instead of doing a gravy from scratch, which we can do, and we'll show you sometime down the road, but you're half asleep right now, first thing in the morning, or brunch-related afternoon. So we did a regular packet dressing. We got the low sodium. We actually got a chicken. But when you put it with this ham drippings, it's going to change the flavor around completely for you. A lot of people don't know that. So we use just water in here. Normally we would use stock. And we didn't use stock because stock has salt in it. And I know you can get low sodium, but we just use water and we use the packet. It calls for a cup of water, but since you've got the drippings here, we cut it shy by a fourth, okay? So it's not completely all the water that's in there it's supposed to be. Now, and very, very important, if you've never even worked with a packet of gravy or making your own gravies, you never add it directly to the hot. It'll lump up and then you'll be looking like, what happened? So you always want to mix it with something cold first, dissolve it, and then put it into your pan. So right at this point, we're going to want to turn our pan up. I know it seems like a pretty big pan for this amount, but believe me, it's going to work. It's not a crime. Well, you're not dirty in 100 pans. So I'm going to get this up to a pretty decent heat on that. And if you're a peeker, which I know they're not quite ready, getting close. See, they're starting to loosen on their own. That's a good sign that they're getting close. If they weren't, they'd still be sticking into the pan. Yeah, oh yeah. So at this point, just so I don't forget, for my own safety, a little shot of the non-stick spray, okay, and just for an added little kick, we like pepper, add a little more pepper there. Okay, this is starting to come up to a little bit of a bubble. Now you can keep water on the hand if you like, which we're near a faucet, or you can keep a little stock on the side. Or beer. Hey, if it's a little later in the morning, throw some beer in it. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous gravy already. And it isn't even bubbling and boiling. That's when it's going to start thickening for you. So don't freak out if it's not thickening right away. But you're picking up all those gorgeous bits from the ham. And it got very reduced. And that flavor is just unbelievable. So keep that going. And we're on a close to a high heat right now. And you can always cut it back once you see the little bubbles starting to form. Don't want to lose that in there. Give this another check. Okay. Now, the rest of this going on in there. So really a packet of of store-bought dried gravy mix. It's got your starches in there, your thickening agents, and it's just depends on what you put in with it to boost your flavors. So look at that, it turned that chicken gravy, low sodium, into a beautiful, beautiful golden brown with all those ham drippings and the reduction on that. We're going to take that off right now. Completely off. Not just cut the heat, but we're going to take it off. Okay. I got a hot pad right here. I'm going to set it on. And we haven't even gotten to our egg part yet. Careful your back burner. Very hot. Look at that. Time to flip. A second lovely here. Look at there. Huh? It's going to come out the same way for you too. Now you got that cooking spray on the other side. Skillet's nice and hot. There you go. Give that a little pat down and let that ride for a couple of minutes. Now what we have the other pan out here for, which is a beautiful thing because nothing's getting used that shouldn't be used, I should say. You ain't gonna have the extra dishes to wash. So we're gonna utilize this. This is gonna be for our eggs. I'll put that pretty plate right there. Check on this. Oh yeah. Alright, we can just leave that on the heat. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn this down to medium right now because what I want to do is I'm going to start with that ham. I'm going to get it out of the oven now. Put it here. I'm going to transfer it to a cutting board. I'm going to start cutting this. And we're going to come back and we're going to show you how to wrap this up. Okay, you're watching Galui's Mood Food. Stay tuned. Come on back and join us. Okay, everybody, welcome back. While we were gone, I had taken the ham out of the oven. It was on warm. The hash browns that we had done in the skillet, which you'll see in a minute, we put some cheese on those. And again, the oven is set very low to warm, just to keep things there and not cook them. But we sliced the ham up here. We got a little butter on my knife. Sliced the ham up into really, really nice thin strips. Any fat that was on there we had taken off. We had taken out the bone. There's still ham left, and again, you can throw it in an omelet tomorrow if you'd like, or eat it for a midnight snack. Okay? So, you gotta try it. Now, I got a skillet here. I put just a little bit of butter in it. Sorry. We're going to do an egg for on top of this. Lovely, lovely. Look at that. Alright. A little bit of salt. Some black pepper. Beautiful. A little onion powder, because we like it. There you go. Let me do a quick wash up here. I'm going to pull that hash brown that we had done for you. Put the cheese on it. And I know it's only on warm, but still be careful because the plate might be a little too warm for you. Bring that gorgeous thing out right there. Isn't that pretty? Now again, we were doing this for two. So the other one's hiding in the oven. Wait for the other egg. And we're going to put the ham on it. So I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this. Because this egg, I'm going to cut that heat right now. When he shakes loose like that from the pan, he's ready. Sunny side up. I'm going to put ham all over this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Check this out. Right out of the pan. On top of that ham. Set that off to the side there. I'm going to turn the oven off now, because it'll stay warm for a few more. Now this is the gravy that we had made. You don't need a great deal of this. It is just to pick up some beautiful flavors and to let everything kind of meld together. But you don't need to be swimming in it. So we are going to put that plate like that. Get that out of the way. And show you how we finish this off. Take a little drizzle of gravy all the way around there. Even run a little bit up over the egg there. A little something, something. Now see, we're not swimming. We're not swimming. It's more like an au jus type thing, but it is a gravy. Beautiful. Now, the other thing we had done, let me sneak over here for a minute. We had a beautiful, beautiful loaf of bread that was given to us, homemade. Now, you can buy your bread, and they've got great breads, and we buy them all the time. But this is a 9-grain, okay? Very healthy, hearty bread. If you want to, you don't even need it, but if you want to, put a little piece right on the side there. Hey, it's the holidays. Enjoy, everybody. Come back and see us again. You're watching another episode of Galui's Mood Food. I hope that you enjoy.